Hello guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to Blue Point TV where we talk about football and football related stories. Guys, if you're watching the video on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel Blue Point TV. And if you're watching the video on Facebook, follow the channel Blue Point TV, like the video, it means a lot in what we are doing. Right guys, let's have a match reaction between Chelsea Brighton preseason game. Now, this game for me, it was an interesting game. First of all, we know that the game ended 4-3 to Chelsea. Interesting game. The two teams, you could see what they were trying to do. Now, for Chelsea, with the way Chelsea played their first preseason game, which they won 5-0, and then this one, of course, Brighton are a better team, much more better team than the other team that Chelsea played against. But you could see what Pochettino is trying to do. You could see his idea, how he wants to play. Now you could see that Chelsea know when to press and then they know when to stay compact. That's to tell you when a good manager or a good coach is handling a team, you could see kind of how he likes to play. Now, let's talk about some players that I feel did well for Chelsea. I want to start with Christopher Nkunku. Now, as you know, he scored the first goal for Chelsea. Now, for me, this player, I've said it before, that he's a very good player. This is a player that when Chelsea agreed to sign him, I was really, really happy that Chelsea is getting Christopher Nkunku because I feel he's a very, very good player. He's a player that can play from the wings. He can play as a number 9, which we see that in the two preseason games that Chelsea have played, when he's playing, Pochettino play him as a number 9. So, in terms of goal scoring, I feel like this season, Chelsea will not have problem in scoring goals. Now they scored 9 goals in 2 games. Yes, they conceded 3 against Brighton. But for them to score 9 goals in 3 games, that will tell you that the team, in terms of goal scoring, will be much more better than this season. So Christopher Nkunku, I feel like he can also play as a number 9, which he has played in these 2 games. So it's good for him that he has started scoring already in preseason. So when the league will start, I feel like he has everything to fit in the Premier League. I feel like he has the pace, I feel like he has the body structure, and he can score goals as well. Technically, he's very good. Now, this in the Premier League, if you are good technically and you're strong, I feel like you can adapt, in the league. And what way to start his Chelsea career. I want to also talk about Levi Colwill. I feel like Levi Colwill did very well in the game. He did very, very well, not until he caused that penalty. I feel like the penalty that he caused should be avoidable. And but yeah, I feel like he did very well in the game. His passes coming out from the back. Now the first goal that Christopher Nkunku scored, if you watch the game, you see that goal come from him. He was the one that played that first pass, that beat like I think 2 or 3 Brighton player that started up the attack for Chelsea, and then the goal came. So that's to tell you how important he could be or he will be for this Chelsea team in terms of playing from the back. So I feel like he did very well in this game. Also, let's talk about Andre Santos. Now, as you know, this player is around 19 years old. This is his first time he's playing for Chelsea, and I mean, this is his second game for Chelsea, and he hasn't played in the Premier League before. So, but how he's comporting himself when the ball comes, the way he holds the ball, the way he releases the ball one touch, I feel like this guy can play in the Premier League. Yes, he's young. Yes, he hasn't played in the Premier League before, but I think he has what it takes to play in the Premier League. I feel like he did well as well, knowing that he's playing against a Brighton team that can press. Brighton, they're very organized in terms of how they press, but he wasn't really scared of knowing when to release the ball and being composed on the ball. So I feel like this player could give Chelsea something in the league. So I'm having this feeling that Chelsea will not loan him out. Of course, they want to see him play in pre-season to see what they will expect from him. But the way he's going for him, I feel like he will remain with the team. He will not be sent on loan. So yeah, for Andre Santos, I feel like he did very well. Now, Mikhailo Modric, of course, he did not start the game, which he came in on the second half, and then he had his goal. I feel like he did well from that left wing when he came. You could see what he was trying to do, his pace, his skill, and running on the ball, creating chances. And for me, that goal that he scored, the link-up play between him and Nicolas Jackson was fantastic. I will talk about Nicolas Jackson after now, but that goal, that link-up play from him and Nicolas Jackson, for me, that's a very, very good link-up play. Now we are trying to see possibly what we'll get from these players. We're trying to see what we'll get from Nicolas Jackson and of course Mikhailo Mori. So that was a fantastic link-up, and then the goal. That finish was just amazing. So yeah, I just hope he continues with this or improve more on this, because I feel like there's a good player there. I feel like he has everything to be one of the best um, winger in the league, and also one of the best winger in Europe, because he has pace, he can dribble. What I need him to do is his first touch. If the ball comes to him close to goal, his first touch should be on point, and also know when to release the ball if he has a chance to score. I just need him to be more clinical. And if we have this from Mikhailo Mudryk, I feel like we'll have a very good player there. And then Nicolas Jackson. I mean, this player has been fantastic since he came. Of course, this is his third assist that he has give. He gave two. Sorry, he gave one in the first game, and then he gave two in this game against Brighton. And then he had his goal. Now, for me, my thought on Jackson is, I mean, when Chelsea first signed him, some Chelsea fans, some even people were saying, "Will this be the striker that Chelsea need?" Nicolas Jackson hasn't done much in Europe as a striker. He's kind of unknown because of he's not that big striker that people know. Would this be the striker for Chelsea? Now, for me, Chelsea have signed so many top strikers. Alvaro Morata, the recent one, Romelu Lukaku. They haven't done anything. So I feel like going this route could be good for the team. And Nicolas Jackson, his link-up play, his first touch, these are what I think the previous striker doesn't have. Timo Werner doesn't have it. His link-up play is not good enough. He doesn't hold the ball well. Romelu Lukaku as well, I don't think he holds the ball very well as well. His first touch is not good. The same thing with Morata. Morata, his link-up play as well is not good. But Nicolas Jackson, you could see he's big, he's strong, he has pace, he can dribble, and his first touch is good. So for me, what I will need from Nicolas Jackson is to be clinical. Yes, he has shown that he can score goals in Villarreal, but this is the Premier League. So I just hope he can score goals. If Nicolas Jackson can be clinical, I feel like we'll have a very good player there. So for me, I think Nicolas Jackson have what it takes to succeed at Chelsea, especially playing under Mauricio Pochettino. This is a coach that likes to attack. The way he approaches games, chances. If you watch the game against Brighton, you see that while they are passing the ball, they have multiple options to pass. It's not like before when they are, especially under Frank Lampard, you find out that they don't have more option to pass the clean pass. So for me, under Poch, I feel like he would do Nicolas Jackson, and then I feel like he has the body structure to succeed in the Premier League. So for me, I don't think there's any need for Chelsea to sign any striker, because I feel like Nicolas Jackson, he's good enough to, be the Chelsea striker. And of course, we have other players that could help him in terms of goal scoring. Christopher Nkunku is there, Emmanuel Boja is there as well. These are players that will chip in goals, in this team. So in terms of goal scoring, I feel like next season will be good for Chelsea in terms of goal scoring, And then, let me talk about what's his name? Angelo Gabriel, the Brazilian winger that Chelsea just signed. For me, this kid will be something else for Chelsea. There's talks that he might go on loan to Strasbourg, the new club that Chelsea just bought. There's talk that Angelo Gabriel could or might go there. Now, for me, do I think he should go? Because what I'm seeing from this player, honestly, I haven't seen from some of the wingers that Chelsea have bought in recent time. The guy technically is very good, he's strong, he's one touch. It's just, I don't think any of the Chelsea midfielder from that side, the likes of Noni Madueke and Hakim Ziyech. I don't think they play like him. He's different. You know, he's that kind of player that I think will create multiple chances. But the thing is, there's talk that he might go on loan. So for me, I don't think there's any need. Though the preseason is still going, from now to the preseason ends, I want to see more of this from him. So if Angelo Gabriel will be giving us this, I don't think there's any need to send him on loan. For me, I think they should give him the chance to remember. I feel like this player is a very, very good young player that could be important for Chelsea in the future, especially playing under Mauricio Pochettino that likes to expand the way he plays, that likes to approach teams in terms of getting the possession of the ball, playing attacking football. So I feel like with Poch as his manager, he will do very well for Chelsea. And then there are some players I feel like they did not really do well, that have to improve in this preseason, like Sterling. I feel like Sterling wasn't really in the game. And then, yeah, you should know that he's a senior player for the team. So I expect him to do very well, especially now that he'll be playing under a very good coach. So I expect Sterling to do it because I don't think he did well in the game against Brighton. So yeah, now let me just talk a little bit about Brighton. Now Brighton, so like I said before, they're a very good team playing under a very good coach that I rate. The Roberto De Zerbi, for me, is one of the best coaches in the league. You could see how Brighton is playing. That will tell you how good he is. And the 3 goals that Chelsea, the other 2 goals that Chelsea conceded after they were leading 4-1, I feel like those goals was to be avoidable. The Liverpool, the penalty that he caused, I feel like he should not have go for that challenge. I don't think the Brighton player would do anything. So I think he shouldn't have gone for that challenge. And then the second goal was a very, very wrong defending from Chalobah, and I can't remember the name of the other player. The 2 of them going for one challenge. So those other 2 goals that Brighton scored should be avoidable. And for Brighton to come scoring 2 goals, knowing that they are 10 men, is good for them. And yeah, what's your thought on the game? What's your thought on the performance of this Chelsea side? Do you think with the way they are playing, they have a good chance to do well this coming season? Because I feel like they will do well this season. And then for the midfield, I think Chelsea should try and make sure they get Moises Caicedo. Now, for Moises Caicedo not to play this game, that's something that they are telling us that possibly the player will still come to Chelsea. So what's your thought on this one? Drop it at the comment section. Thank you very much. God bless you. I'll see you again.